Is your writing process feeling a little chaotic lately? Maybe you're trying to write without a clear plan, second guessing every sentence all over the place, or feeling like structure is the enemy of creativity. I get it. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to be this way. In today's episode, I'm sharing 3 simple fixes to help you regain momentum and finally make progress on your book. If you're ready to ditch the overwhelm and embrace a process that works, stick around. This one's for you. Ready to write your first book and make an impact? Do you wish you could organize your book ideas without feeling overwhelmed and actually find the time to write and finish your book? Hey, I'm Donna Cherie, a book writing coach and author. Welcome to Book Writing Made Simple. Inside this podcast, I'll teach you how to get a clear vision for your book idea, get organized, keep it simple, and develop a writing plan so you can finally get your book out into the world. Grab a notebook and pen with your favorite cup of tea. Hey sis, welcome to Book Writing Made Simple. I'm your host, Donna Cherie, and I'm so excited that you're tuning in today. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast as weekly episodes come out and you can enjoy this information that I'm sharing on book writing and get the tools and resources that you need to finally finish your book. Before we get into today's episode, I want to share a review I received recently. It says, I've always dreamed of writing a book, but felt overwhelmed by where to start until I found this podcast. The host breaks down the process into simple, actionable steps that make the idea of becoming an author feel possible. Their insights on everything from brainstorming and outlining to publishing and marketing are invaluable. I especially love the real life examples and the encouragement to keep pushing through the hard moments. Every episode leaves me feeling inspired and motivated to take the next step in my writing journey. If you're thinking about writing a book, this podcast is a must listen. Thank you so much for leaving that review. It really warms my heart to know and to see that you're enjoying the content of this show, and also to give you the confidence and encouragement that you need to write your book. For you, if you want to come hang out with a group of Christian writers and inspiring authors just like yourself, inside the free Book Writing Made Simple group, you'll get support and encouragement from like-minded believers, strategies to get clear vision with a gentle push to move forward by faith, and book writing and self-publishing tools. You can join now at donnacherie.com/community. Can't wait to see you there. All right, so let's get into today's episode. When I started writing my book, I struggled with so many beginner mistakes. I thought I could just wing it, just write from the heart and the pieces would automatically come together. But instead, I ended up frustrated, overwhelmed, and stalled in the process. It took me longer than I intended originally before I found my simple steps, but I would write and then stop writing for months, and the process was really dreadful and took a long time when I was going that route. I realized that you might be in the same place as I was during that time, feeling stuck, unsure of how to move forward. And maybe you have just, said, forget it. I'm just not going to do this right now. I'm going to focus on something else. But that's why I want to tackle this topic today, so that you can stop stalling your writing process and really get the clarity, confidence, and practical tools to organize your thoughts and simplify your writing process. We want writing to be enjoyable. And I hope that as you engage with this podcast and continue to listen, and as you write your book, that it will be enjoyable for you, that it will be just seamless in a way so that you can really get to the end point and not just stay stuck. I remember a conversation I had with someone who was in the middle of writing her book, and she shared how she considers herself to be a creative, and she often felt like being organized was counterintuitive of her creativity, and to her, organization just seemed rigid. It felt very restrictive, and it made her hesitant to really embrace her structure or to stick to what she had thought that she was going to write about or what she formatted in her head to write about, because she didn't see how organization aligned with creativity. And it caused her, it caused her just stay in this stuck place and just be stalled in her writing process. She found herself just procrastinating and stuck in the cycle of spinning her wheels without moving forward. And she's been writing a book, or desiring to write a book, for more than 5 years. But now she's really getting back into the flow of writing and wanting to get more accountability and all those things so that she can actually finish it. Because honestly, it does take a toll on you when you have this desire to write a book for a decade or 2 decades, but you're getting nowhere. But sometimes you have to get that support to help really walk alongside of you so that you can overcome these distractions or these limiting beliefs and things that really just stall the writing process. And what I've learned personally is that, being a creative is not about not having not being organized. Like, you can be a creative and have creativity and still be Being organized is not a bad word. It's a great thing to be able to do. And I know that people are not naturally organized, which is okay, but you have to have some kind of structure, some kind of format to help you get out of this place that might feel like organization is stifling your flow of creativity. And organization does not diminish creativity, it amplifies it. And having a plan actually gives you the freedom to channel your creativity in a way that makes sense and flows beautifully. And you can be creative, as you will, kind of like within the lines, if you will, when you think about organization, because we want to make sure that your creativity still makes sense, that it still flows in something that your reader can understand. You have to think about your reader during this process, and even as you have creativity. I know that I've looked at a number of books in which the author appeared to be creative. Like, I know this is a creative person. They're into arts, they're into self-expression, they're a deep thinker. But when I opened their book, I was like, what is this? This doesn't make any sense. The format isn't flowing together. The points are not lining up. And then my book writing coaching hat comes all the way on, and I no longer have a desire to read it, or even just as a reader, because I am someone who reads books. And then I just put the book aside, because not only does it doesn't capture me. Like, their creativity doesn't capture me because it doesn't make sense. And so what I'm saying to you is that you can be creative, but still let your creativity make sense, and let organization walk alongside of you to help you so that you can write your book. So let's get into it. I'm sharing with you 3 easy ways to fix your stalled writing process. So the first thing that I will tell anyone if they want to write a book is to create a book vision plan. Like, what is your book vision plan? And what I mean by that is you need to define what your book is going to accomplish. Define who your book is for. What is the message that you want to get across to this reader? What's the vision? What's the overall vision for your book? And with this, you need to think about your audience, who you're writing for. Like, who is the target population for this book? Is it youth? Is it young adults? Is it the aging population? Who is your audience, and how do you want your book to impact them? What is the message, the overall message of your book that you want to share with this audience, so that if they have that one takeaway, what is it? So make sure that you write your vision and make it plain so that as you write, it will make sense and you'll be able to have a vision that can actually come to fruition. The next way to help you fix your stalled writing process is after you have created your book vision plan, you feel good about it, you've prayed over it, maybe you've redefined it just a little bit, or you've thoroughly thought about it, did some steps in between that during the vision plan to really capture everything it is that you desire for your first book. After that, you want to create an outline. So an outline is a good thing, and I've talked about this quite a bit on the show if you go back to some of my previous episodes about just the power of having an outline and how vital an outline is to your book in helping you get through the writing process. I like to say that your outline is your bullseye, so that is what you're focused on as you write. Or if you feel that you're in a place of where you're just stalling, you don't know what to do, go back to your outline. What does your outline say? And you can adjust your outline. So if you feel like it's not lining up with your vision plan for your book, then go back and adjust it. Like, you're not married to it. You can make adjustments in your outline so that it reflects your writing flow or the points that you've already laid out. You can always go back to your outline. Now, I'm not saying that you need to start all over from it, but say for instance, if you've identified some titles that you've already thought about written down and you want to go back to flush out your title some more to say, hey, this is the theme that I'm going to be talking about in this chapter. Excuse me, not titles, but I meant chapters. Or yeah, same difference. But going back to your to your title chapters to really flush out what the themes are, or if there's a specific example that you want to put in there to make sure that you capture it as you're writing and once you get to the chapter of your book. So an outline does not stifle creativity. It gives you a roadmap or a bullseye to follow and to help you stay on target. And you can start, like I said, with those broad ideas or chapters, and then let your creativity flow within those boundaries. So what is it that you want to creatively say or address in this chapter? What is it? And capture it there. But don't let your creativity keep you from being all over the place, but still have that outline and have your vision plan. The third way to fix a stalled writing process is to stop editing as you write. I've talked to numerous people and they get stuck in this editing. And I know that when I was learning how to write a book, that was one of the things that they told me, do not edit as you write, because it will keep you on this hamster wheel and you can just miss out on what God might be saying, what he wants to share with you, because you're missing out on the writing flow. Because I really do believe that once you have identified your vision plan, your outline, your schedule, all of those great things, your foundational pieces, and you begin to write. And once you do, there is a flow of writing and the Holy Spirit will lead and guide you as you write. But once you start going back to do this editing and line by line, you're going to mess up your writing flow, and you definitely want to avoid that. So separate the creative process, the writing, from the technical process, the editing. So after you've written your whole book, you have your manuscript, your final manuscript ready, and you want to go back and edit, sure, do that. But please stop editing as you write. It's just taking you more time, and you're just going to feel frustrated, and you're not going to get but so far if you continue to edit as you write. And then also focus on getting your ideas out first. You can always refine them later. So again, I'm going to say it again. Stop editing as you write, it's really going to stall and hinder your writing process. So just for a quick recap, the 3 easy ways to fix your stalled writing process is to number 1, create a book vision plan. Number 2 is to embrace the power of an outline. And then number 3, stop editing as you write, and be sure to keep writing, sis. Let's take it up a notch this year, sis, and actually do the thing God has been prompting you to do for years. I'm telling you, if you just take one of these tips and implement it today, it is going to help you. Start by sketching out your book vision plan. Be sure to do that. And then if you already have your plan, write out a simple outline. And of course, if you need support, I'm here for you. You can join my Book Writing Made Simple group. It's totally free at donnasherie.com/community. I'm there. I'm available. I can answer your questions. We're there to support each other. So again, that is donnasherie.com/community. I'll be there to cheer you on and help you move from stuck to unstoppable. Let's do this together, and I hope to see you in the group. I hope that today's episode has blessed you, that there was at least one thing that you could take away from this conversation and implement it so that you can get your book out into the world. Until next time, ciao. Thanks for tuning in. I hope today's episode inspired you to take that next step to write your book. Remember, small steps lead to big results. If this podcast has blessed you in some way, be sure to leave a written review on Apple Podcasts. Your support means the world to me, and it helps others to find the show. Also, be sure to pass on the inspiration by sharing this episode with a friend who could benefit from this message. God bless you, sis, and never, ever give up.